edit the roster a little bit and get the playbook ready to go so it's as realistic as possible. Because we all know Madden 19 is complete garbage. My roster is pretty good. Now, one thing for this simulation, I wish the Jets would have kept. If the Jets would have kept Teddy and he would have been the starter in this game, we would have had back-to-back old Vikings quarterback games with Bradford last week and then Teddy this week. Unfortunately, both aren't starting on their team, and Teddy went to a different team already. So that's unfortunate. But let's look at my Vikings roster right away. So this is the depth chart I think I'll be working with. By the way, Kirk Cousins, I bumped him up to 92. I think that's very fair. Glad you're here, Morgan. I do think Dalvin will start this game, so that'll be pretty sweet to see Dalvin back. CJ Ham, of course. Thielen and Diggs, 95, 94. Probably a bit high, but just so they look right in the simulation, I like that they're there. Basically, I think I have to fix some of their traits while I'm at it too. Their route running, I basically just maxed out. Their route running and release any of that. Treadwell easy wide receiver 3. Robinson is there. Rudolph. Riley Reef. I don't know whether or not he'll be starting at left tackle, but I think for the sake of the simulation, I think he will. But honestly, that's probably about 50-50 split, but just for the simulation, I'll have him start there. Tom Compton will still be a left guard. Alpine still at center. Unfortunately, Remmer still at right guard. And O'Neal at right tackle. I think O'Neal will win the job. Neil Hunter. I would like Neil Hunter at... Alright, so we have to get Everson off the roster quick. Right end will be to Neil Hunter. So we have to change the left end. So it is Weatherly. Oh my goodness. Game's gonna drive me insane. Sure, I'll put Jalen Holmes there. Jesus Christ. So left end will be Weatherly. Which, 72 overall for Weatherly. Does he deserve a bump? Hope Deshaun Bauer's playing, by the way. I have no idea if he will be. I think Neil Hunter deserves a bump as well. But 85 is still very solid. I think we'll do with that. Richardson, I think that's good. Then, of course, Barr, Kendricks, Gideon. Unfortunately, I get Mike Hughes out of here. I'm not going to have Sherrills that high, but we have to have him completely off the roster. It'll be Holton Hill. I might just have to do this for now. With Sherrills right at the end and Hill CB4. And then corner or safeties. I'll just throw Sendejo in the game. I think Jaron Kirsch deserves a buff. Alright, so I think there's a few things. So this Madden has all these weird different other packages as far as the depth chart goes. So it'll be McKenzie at the slot. I'll actually put Jaron Kirsch there because who's been doing that. And this will have to be I might just put Weatherly there for the right end and then Neil Hunter on that side, just so I don't have to deal with all the rotations. Then slot is Thielen. Who is the backup slot receiver, what do you say? I think Treadwell, just because of the way the Vikings use him as a tight end, just to make it Madden realistic. I think that is good. Guys, Cheryl will still be playing. Alright, I think we're good. I don't think there's anything I have to do with the Jets roster. Let's see how, we can go down the Jets depth chart to see how awful they are. That should be fun. And I'm sure I already passed them once. All right, Sam Darnold, who's progressively has looked better. This will be the Vikings' third rookie quarterback they faced already. Crowell's okay, so okay running backs, I guess. Um, there's a fullback, Jermaine Curse, the old Seahawk. So three okay receivers. They have Terrell Pryor. So some talented receivers, but no one that's like that good. So their weapons are average or so. Their offensive line looks pretty bad. The defense for the Jets for years was really good. I think Leonard Williams is more so a defensive tackle. Must be a 3-4 defense. But nobody's standing out on defense either. Yeah, their linebacker crew is pretty horrible. Their DBs are pretty awful. Jamal Williams is good though. Alright, so nobody to really key on the Jets. They're all pretty awful the way they probably should be. I will be going over the Vikings, giving them a little bit of buff here and there. Who I believe deserves it. You can Treadwell some love. Just a little bit of love for Treadwell. Just a little bit of a buff. Oh, not break sack, break tackle. My man's a little bit slippery. My man's a little bit slippery. Definitely not a deep ball catcher. I actually want to give him some better blocking skills. Oh my god, this man throws in the blocks like crazy. Give this man some better blocking, huh? Alright, then he is a decent route runner. Like, that's something that this definitely doesn't give him enough credit for, but he is a pretty solid route runner. Buff him there, buff him here. Just little buffs here and there. Now Treadwell deserves a little bit of a buff. Alright. Hopefully that's not too high. I think 77 is definitely respectable for a tread. Anybody else that we need to give some love to? Oh yeah, I'm going to J-Ron. J-Ron Kirsch deserves about a 10-point buff. He's been very, very good for the Vikings. Definitely like what I've seen about J-Ron Kirsch. Definitely gotta give him some more awareness. That's probably the big chunk of it. A little bit more play recognition, a little bit better in man coverage. Then pursuit's been very good. And a little bit better tackling. And a little bit better zone coverage. Alright, just a little bit of a buff across the board in the important category, 75. I think that's fair. So we're going to save this so it's as right as it can be for all the time. But now we're going to go to the playbook and see what we can do to change up the playbook a little bit to make sure that's as realistic as possible. I've already tinkered with it, but we're just going to give it a little more 3 safety set for defense. So we see that a bit more. So I'm going to go to the game plan because I do have the situations in there. But this is the 4-3. So we're going to knock this down just a little bit because the Vikings really aren't in 4-3 a whole lot anymore. So I want to get out of it as much as possible. Doesn't even tell me what situation it is. Doesn't even tell me what formation. I just have to go off the picture. I'm going to go to my playbook and do it this way then. Big nickel. This is where you have the more safeties. So this has been going on a lot more for the Vikings, especially with the Hughes injury. I expect this to be a much more common thing. Guys, love the idea of having all these different formations here. Some of these are really weird though, but I do like a little bit of weirdness here and there though. That looks like definitely looks like a Mike Zimmer play here. I'm gonna see if there's more big nickel. I do like that I added a good chunk in there. Is this the only formation? Yeah. So I think we might just roll with that. And now we'll get to the simulation and see how it looks. A lot of big nickel, because I think the Vikings will want to use the safety as much as possible, because we have so many good talented safeties. So why not, basically. So exhibition. Going to the simulation now. So if y'all want to tag this for the people, if you're not watching this live, so they can get straight into the simulation. Maybe wait a minute, but we'll be getting there soon. Jets. So they're home. And the Vikings are here. All pro. I think everything should be set up right. So now I'll be here. I won't be controlling a single team like always, except for that one time. 15-minute quarters or the noon game. We want some elements. We'll do random. And I don't want to make it a snowstorm, but you never know. Who cares? Let's just do it random. 100% random. So hopefully this is as realistic as possible. I messed with the sliders a little bit, but I want these to look as realistic as I possibly could with this god awful Madden 19 interface I have to deal with, which is already a tough enough task the way it is. But hopefully it's bearable for you guys. I liked the simulations last year better, so I'm so critical on Madden 19 just because it feels like such a step back from Madden 18. But the Vikings will start out on offense for once, so hopefully the revamped Vikings team is up to the task.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone.
As it's very cloudy here in New York.
Making their way out. Bringing them out will be Kirk Cousins, born just outside of Chicago, played his college ball for the Spartans.
Look at Cousins doing the dead arm dance in the preview. The realism that we all strive for.
Mainly because the team was just 24, 23, and 1.
Hey, for those that are just now joining, Dalvin Cook is healthy for my simulation. And we also had Riley Reef is healthy. Everton Griffin is out. And Sendejo I put in the game. Yeah. So I think a lot of the Vikings will be healthy. Realistically, I'm not too sure. I think about 80% chance that Dalvin will be active for this game. Riley Reef, I'm not too sure on, and I'm not too sure on. And we're gonna go deep off the bat. A diving catch. It's Devon Diggs, middle of the field, 16-yard strike to start off our simulation. Sendejo, I'm not too sure on. He might have been out all week. So maybe more of a 40% chance or so that he plays. Same thing with Reef. I think Reef is probably struggling throughout this year. So maybe there's some type of an injury that he's been trying to deal with and work through. Maybe he's just got to the point where he just had to have a week off. Maybe it's something where the point where he might have to consider surgery. I'm not too sure. The Vikings line up with 4 wide receivers. Dalvin in the backfield. 4-man, probably 6-man comes on the blitz. It's going to Treadwell. He's going to catch it. A very short gain of maybe half a yard. Brings up 2nd down. No, I didn't like that scene out of Treadwell lately.
When I see Latavius Murray with the ball in his hands, I think that he's a dangerous player. He has good speed, good presence to run inside.
Why do they all have footballs? Holy cow. What's the point of that? Do they all need footballs? Just give Cousins the football and everybody else kind of do their weird, stupid dance. Oh, so they'll call it a gain of nothing. Brings it to a 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
The Vikings line with trips, 3 receivers, top of the screen. Cousins out of the shotgun, took to his right. Cousins has time, dumps underneath to Rudolph. A good little game will bring up a 3rd and short. Kyle Rudolph underneath. Just found the seam, sat down, got the little connection for 8 yards. Brings up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. Right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Vikings had a running game last week against the Cardinals, so this would be a good chance to prove that this team can still run the football. 3rd and 2 from the 49ers. Safety blitz on the top of the screen, and he'll come. And so do more Jets. This was a loss of a yard. 4th and 1 upcoming right at midfield. I think real life you go for it, Madden they don't. 4th and 1 at midfield. If you punt and it goes into the end zone, you only net 30 yards. They have the ball at the 20-yard line. You're about 20 yards away from a field goal attempt of your own. But it looks like here comes the punt unit. A chance for a fake here, but they don't. And here's the Matt Wild punt. And it is a very good one. A good decision for Zimmer. A net of 43 yards there as the ball goes out at the 7-yard line. So the rookie quarterback backed up against this Mike Zimmer Hellfire defense to start off the game. Be a very tough situation. A good little stand for the Jets on defense. Only 1 connection. A really good diving catch for Stephon Diggs. Otherwise, after that, 3 good plays. Then the Vikings punt. So here comes rookie quarterback Sam Darnold, who maybe very impressively stole the job away from former Pro Bowl quarterback, yes, Pro Bowl quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, and veteran Town. In preseason, won the job straight up, and it's played all right for the Jets. About as good as you'd want a quarterback to go. And right on the bat, 1st down, brought down Sheldon Richardson, who's been as good of a prize possession in this offseason as Kirk Cousins. Not as splashy as he's a defensive tackle, and Cousins, of course, the star quarterback. But Richardson has been phenomenal.
Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10.
Vikings are in the nickel. Of course, no Mike Hughes. He's down for the year. Vikings blitz 4. Darnold flips it to his left. He gets it underneath coverage, so his running back. A good little gain of 3. Under duress was Darnold flips it to his running back Powell. Takes up a couple. Still 3rd and 8. And the Vikings stop the Cardinals 0 for 10 on 3rd downs and 0 for 2 on 4th downs. Mike Zimmer's Hellfire defense looks to be back in form. Maybe a few chinks in the armor remain, but they are mending just in time for the final stretch of the year. Vikings blitz 4. On 3rd and 8, throws underneath, he missed him. Had a wide open tight end. Darnold just missed him. Felt the nerves of the Vikings' pressure in his face. Threw it short. The Vikings took the ball back with good field position.
To move fast, and it moves quickly on him. A lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the problem.
Here is Marcus Sherrill. He's been hurt. Oh no, that's a fantastic punt. You got a bad bounce. Basically, still flips field position. Goes to the other 20-yard line. That's a huge leg for the punter of the Jets. Holy cow.
Straight 100-yard games to begin this season. 7 catches, 116 yards, and a score last week in that win over Philly.
He is truly a self-made guy in so many ways. I talked with his college coach, and do you know how they found him to get him to Minnesota State?
Wow.
At a high school all-star
Don't worry, fellas. Even in Madden, we get the daily Adam Thielen backstory. And the Vikings play action. 1st down. Cousins flips it deep. He's got Treadwell. He caught it. Great catch for number 11. Tight coverage, 23 yards. My money says that's the longest reception in the Quan Treadwell's 3-year career.
You have to go back to the pre-Super Bowl era, 1961.
Corner was draped over him and a linebacker underneath, but Laquan holding it in. I think I need to do a video on Laquan. I know my boy Andy Carlson just did one, I believe, for today. But I think I would want to do one too. I've always been a believer in Laquan Treadwell when a lot of Vikings fans are on the I hate Laquan Treadwell train. Vikings line up 3 trip receivers on the bottom of the screen. It'll be the quick pass to Rudolph, a good little gain of 5 on first down. Kind of an extension of the running game here. We don't see a lot of runs in the simulation thus far. I think we've only seen a single run for the Vikings on offense. A lot of passes, a lot of Kirk Cousins, and finally, a little bit of realism for the Vikings on offense. Gain of 5 on first, a good little gain. Brings up 2nd and 5 right at midfield. Chance, this is where I'd like to see Cousins take his shot. He has his Ferraris. Diggs is on the top of the screen, singled up. We have Thielen in the slot in the bottom and Treadwell in the bottom with the run. It's Dalvin Cook with a good gain near the first down marker. See where they place it. They'll say just short, 3rd inches upcoming. 47-yard line, definitely 4 down territory if I'm the coach here. 3rd and inches from the 47. I wonder, do they trust the running game enough to run for it here? Maybe a QB sneak with Cousins, line up with 2 tight ends top of the screen. Thielen and Diggs at the bottom, and they'll run. It's to the outside. Cook as a whole picks up the first down and much more. Gain of 5. First down, Minnesota.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Cousins by himself, 5 wide. Dalvin's out to the right. Cook will throw it short. It's Rudolph again, and Rudolph fumbles. 3 Jets have it. Rudolph fumbled going down the sideline, brought down a fumble for Kyle Rudolph right at midfield. The Vikings were driving in a strip of Kyle Rudolph. Not something you see very often. It's a big tight end losing the ball, just a big hit. Jarred it out. He knocked it out, and 26 picked it up, and he recovered it. A good little short pass there, but the Jets were over and just destroyed Rudolph. Big hit from 2-6. Now, with good field position, here comes rookie quarterback Sam Darnold.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now.
1st and 10 from the 46. On their side of the field, only needing about 30 yards to get into field goal range. 3 receivers bunch at the top of the screen, they'll run with it. Cowell bounces to the outside, he makes Anthony Barr miss, or it's the Daniel Hunter. Gain of 7, good run by Corral, good move on the bottom of that route to cut up field, pick up an extra 5 yards. Making Daniel Hunter miss was no easy task, and he did that one. A little juke, made him miss twice actually. Bounced out to his right after a little stutter move, and then a juke to get around him after he got caught up, moved it up field, gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Now opportunity for the Jets to open up their playbook and take a shot on 2nd and long right at midfield at the 47 out of the shotgun. Sam Darnold. And a little run to the outside is buried. There's Hendricks. Buried Powell. A loss of a yard. Hendricks read that play beautifully.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Donald looking, throws it short, wide open. First down. To the tight end, is a little underneath fun there, and found the flat, sat down, caught it. Mackenzie Alexander tackled him. First down. And now the Jets will take their first play in Vikings territory.
And he fell to number 3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead they got sudden Sam Darnold. And I think the Jets fans are going to be very happy to have him.
Hurry up, here we go.
Under center, Darnold, 3-step drop, wasn't open. In the pocket, all the time in the world. There's a flag on the play. Thrown into double coverage, could have easily been a pick six, dropped by the Vikings.
Pass interference, offense.
And the Vikings are going to get dinged up on offensive pass interference for the Jets. Okay. Moves them back 10 yards, first and 20 upcoming. You know, I know the game definitely switched to a more offensive-focused game with all these different penalties and for years of what the receivers could do and what the defenders couldn't do. For offensive pass interference, it would be nice if the down would still count. Since defensive pass interference is automatic first down, the least they could do is on the other side, make the down count. So, first and 10, you get flagged for pass interference. Now it's second and 20. So that should be just as offensive penalties need to be just as detrimental as defensive ones, but it's definitely the other way around. Vikings need to sign a corner. We did assign our corner to the practice squad. 4 receivers, a short pass, stumbling, gain of 3. 3rd and 17.
Only 3 yards on the catch.
I know Jacob said that after Hughes went to the IR, that would free up the roster spot, and the Vikings should have just picked up B-Robs. Instead, they signed David Perry. It's basically a nobody defensive tackle that they had during training camp back to the active roster, so that's very weird. Darnold rolls out to his right, throws it to his right, almost had it dropped. Anthony Barr uncovered, knocking that ball out. Good play and coverage by Anthony Barr, something we haven't been able to say all year. Comes through in Madden.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
And the Jets are going to line up with for a huge field goal. I think there's a wind to his back. It's up and no good. Miss it to the right. Now the Vikings are set up with a good field position.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything.
Yeah, Big Fetty, I don't get it either.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
I had no reason to not be high on the guy that we had in training camp. The obvious move seemed to be obviously DB or defensive end. So those are the 2 players that we seem to have lost for at least a chunk of time. Everson Griffin is still so up in the air. So maybe the fact that the Vikings haven't gone after B-Rob yet goes to show that the team thinks that Everson should be back soon. That's the only thing I can come up with there. And if they really like what they saw of David Perry, then sure. The Vikings run power to their outside, and it's buried, a loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But David Perry, I don't even think he'd be active on game day. Because Limbaugh, Sheldon Richardson are the starters. Then Jaleel Johnson and Tom Johnson are the backups. I don't know if you really need that 5th backup. I know Jalen Holmes has been in the mix as a defensive tackle, defensive end, hybrid type player, but I don't even know if he's played. I know he's been active last couple weeks, but I don't know if he's played. And back-to-back, lots of yards on that play. Now this is realistic Vikings football. 3rd and 15, losing 5 yards in 2 runs.
But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go.
And you saw Mike Remmers got absolutely schooled there, who's been pretty awful at right guard, which I'm super hyped that they keep having him at right guard because he's so bad. It's so fun to watch how bad he is at right guard. I honestly think Danny Astor would probably be better at right guard than Mike Remmers at right tackle. Would be such a good upgrade. But whatever. Shotgun Cousins, and Cousins escapes the pressure, and he's...
Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th.
Did he get shot? Cousins just falls over. What the hell? This is why you don't need to buy Madden 19, because it's pretty freaking god-awful. What even is this? He's just running, and just... Oh my god! Oh! Did he get tackled by Casper? What's going on? EA, tell me what just happened.
Kick it away for the second time.
Did a groundhog just trip up Cousins? And oh, look at this punt by Weil. Down at the 1. Oh, Matt Weil, the god.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And the last go around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, you know, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10.
The Jets are backed up at the 1-yard line. Single, and it's a safety. That's how you score. You get tackled by Casper on 3rd down. Then send the goon, Linval Joseph, the Batman, the refrigerator, as Morgan would call him, with the safety swarming back there. He scored 2 weeks ago in real life, comes through in Madden. 2 points for the Vikings, and wins the ball back after the safety kick.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
Holy hell. Their punter is actually, Jesus Christ, holy cow, that's a safety kick. That it usually goes to like the 30 or 40-yard line. Punch that out of the end zone. Holy Jesus.
I think it's leverage. The big guys
I like where your head's that big, Fetty. But I don't think that is plausible whatsoever. Cap issues and how the logistics of trading for Patrick Peterson would be. I think the Vikings are they have to trust Waynes and Alexander at this point. But the Jets splits 5, and then he goes back to Rudolph. He catches this one and doesn't fumble. And Cousins started out this game 7 for 7. Trade Waynes, but yeah, that doesn't give you enough cap space. What are you going to trade Waynes in a 1st-round pick for Patrick Peterson?
What you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary.
I don't even know if that would be enough.
Going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
And it also is like,
right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary.
I know you're saying Patrick Peterson, but it's probably, you know, whatever good corner, especially young corner, that'd be available. It'd be nice to get. And now Cook runs up the gut, picks up 3. But the price tag would be there, and whether or not the coach and the GM would want to trade their star DB is another question. Because Patrick Peterson is still young, but you can build a defense around him. So I don't see the Cardinals getting rid of him. But they did just get rid of. They just did just get rid of the Honey Badger. So maybe you got something there. Now it's Latavius running up the gut. I don't know why he cut that back inside. Looked like he could have ran it over the corner, but cuts it back. Gain of 9. 3rd and 1 upcoming from the 47-yard line. Definitely go for it territory if I'm the coach.
often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now, on the Vikings, I saw how Latavius ran. I've been putting Latavius back in the game.
Just 1 for 3 thus far.
Vikings line up 3 receivers on the field. Out of the shotgun is Cousins. Dalvin to his left. Dime formation, and they'll run with Dalvin. Dalvin falls forward. Looks like he just got enough for the first. No, they'll call it short. 4th and inches upcoming. They gotta go for it here. You don't lose anything.
But on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Here's Matt Wild now.
And now they will punt from the 4th and inches from 47. And they'll go out of bounds. A net of 27 yards. That is why you go for it. Holy cow. But good thing the Vikings are up by 2. Darnold has looked absolutely awful.
2-0 score. See if they can respond.
Such an oddity, isn't it? See those 2 points go up on the board, knowing
Looks like
that
soccer.
Exactly, and knowing that you did it to give those points up for your team. Now they're just looking to get back out on the field and make up for it.
And Big Fetty, you really don't see many teams with 2 stud corners. I mean, I say that assuming that we both assume that Xavier Rhodes is still stud worthy, but he definitely hasn't shown it yet this year. But in a world where we have 2 all-pro corners, that's so rare. That's why the Rams are so good, because they basically have 3. But I think the Rams are basically the only outlier, because they aren't paying a quarterback a lot of money. So that's why they can have all those other players get and pay them well as well. Offset I formation, pull back to his right, cuts back to the left. Howell spins. Looks like he had a whole spin forward for 2. 3rd and 4 upcoming.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Last year, the Jets averaged exactly 4 yards per rush.
3rd and 4. Ben Geddion's down the field on 3rd down. Something you won't see a whole lot in real life. Shotgun is Darnold. Vikings blitz 6. Darnold throws underneath, missed him.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have brought
No, we definitely are still getting pressure, Big Fetty.
They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successfully.
Neil Hunter's leading the league in sacks. Sheldon Richardson's doing a ton up the middle. Linval isn't good. Weatherly's been good, but yeah, I definitely would like Everson, so we could do more of a rotation. But Everson and Daniel Hunter, you know how gross that would be if Everson was playing? Oh my goodness, it'd be. We would probably have the best sacks in the league, team sacks. I don't even know where we rank. I could see. I'll actually look this up right now. Got nothing else to do because Madden is whack. Showing Cousins get tackled by Casper.
And not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
And another horrible run, loss of 3. 8 rushes, 8 yards for Dalvin. Not the welcome back he's been looking for.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Alright, so the Vikings are tied for 5th in the league with 18 sacks.
And then some on 2nd and 13.
Baltimore is 1st, Steelers are 2nd, but Bills are 3rd. Play action for Cousins, 2nd and 13. He has all the time in the world. Throws it short. Good coverage by the Jets. to force a check down. 3rd and 2. That's the first possession for our boy, Adam Thielen. So the Bills and the Colts are in this conversation. They're tied for 3rd. And then 5th is a big tie between Chicago, the Cowboys, Green Bay, Minnesota, and the Cardinals. So with your best pass rush route, because I think we'd still say Griffin's better than Daniil. 3rd and 2. I hope they don't run with it, but they do. And it loses a yard. Who would have guessed? Why are the Vikings running forward on 3rd down? I will not understand. Here will come yet another punt.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And taken right on the 30. That'll go as a 42.
I got Holton Hill there in special teams.
They had a 10-yard return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Jets. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on
how do I see us doing against the Saints?
And old school coaches,
I think it might end up being a shootout.
didn't turn it over.
I don't think either defense has really lived up to how well they were last year towards the end of the year. And both defenses figured it out and played very good. So it might end up to who has a better running game, really, because the Vikings have been horrible. But Dalvin should be healthy by then. Almost picked off by Xavier. Had his hands on it and dropped it. 2nd and 10. I'm going to assume that the Vikings are consistently running the ball at least okay at that point. So if Dalvin gets over 80 yards, well, let's just say this: if Dalvin gets 100 total yards on the day, we win. And I think that's very possible. I'll say Vikings 31, Saints 28, something like that. Well, don't. Oh, look at that false start. I saw my boy Colorado poop himself. Saw a blitz of Anthony Barr. Add some brown to his white pants.
Still 2nd down.
Yeah, especially at home. That gives the Vikings an advantage, but the Saints are really, really good.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
2nd and 15 from the 35. So anybody else wish Teddy was starting for the Jets? Oh, Harrison Smith clocked Powell.
That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left.
If the Jets didn't trade Teddy, we could have a little Teddy reunion this week. And if Sam Bradford wasn't horrible, we could have had back-to-back old Vikings quarterbacks to watch. But instead, Teddy's chilling on the sidelines in New Orleans. But real talk, though, the Jaguars, after seeing how god-freaking awful Blake Bortles is, clearly need to send a 2nd-round pick to the Saints for Teddy. The Jaguars would be... I think Teddy could win the Super Bowl with the Jaguars. Like, honestly, if he was as good as he was the last year he started for the Vikings, I think they have every other piece that they could win.
With you, it's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Yeah, Big Faye, I believe you. I think the defense finally figured it out. The Vikings get a consistent running game going. I think we'll be just fine. I think we could still win, go 12-4 or so. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with that. And the nickel, 3rd and 9 from the 41-yard line. Both offenses have been shut down. And there's movement on the top of the screen. Stephen Weatherly might have got off sides, but they'll call it on the tackle. This will move the Jets back 5. And we'll 3rd and a very dangerous 14 against this Vikings defense.
Still 3rd down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, and I would be all for a rematch of the Rams game. I think the Vikings are taking. The Vikings blitz 7. Darnold evades it, throws it deep. Yes, man, tipped away. Good coverage. Deep downfield by Anderson Dejo.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball
I find it hard to believe that Goff could torch the Vikings 2 games during the season. I think Zimmer would adjust his game plan and the Vikings would play a lot better.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So who do you guys got for MVP so far? I think Cousins has definitely got to be in the conversation because holy cow, is he being good. I want to make comparative. I know I said this in my game review. Look at that cannon by Cousins dropped by Diggs. The first incomplete pass on the day for Cousins.
A little break here after the incompletion. Let's give the kickers from Week 5 some love. We had 4 game-winning kicks. Greg Joseph with the Browns. They beat the
I know a
Ravens.
lot of people are saying Todd Gurley for MVP. I just think the Rams have so much talent everywhere on offense. You can make the same case for not give that MVP to Cousins. And that there's just so much talent on the team that he's just not as valuable. And there's David Morgan. 3-yard connection. 3rd and 7 coming.
There you go. I kind of figured you knew it. But how about Mason Crosby, though, Green Bay? No one
I don't think Danielle Hunter for MVP, but maybe Defensive Player of the Year be in that conversation. But I think Khalil Mack's running away with it right now. J.J. Watt's back to being good. So those two are probably more game records than Danielle. Danielle Hunter's been really good, but he also has a lot of help around him to help put up those numbers. But Adam Thielen's a really good point.
Good point.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this
3rd and 8. A big 3rd down here. The Vikings offense needs some type of momentum. They were driving, but then a big sack throw it deep on Diggs, swatted away, and the Vikings left to punt once again.
The former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively.
So they looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Yo, low-key, the MVP should low-key be going to Baker Mayfield. You know how valuable you have to be to get the Browns to a okay season? If the Browns get over 6 wins, how do you not give the MVP to Baker Mayfield? Just straight up, it's most valuable player. The Browns haven't won in 2 years. Then this kid comes in and wins them at least a couple of games. That's pretty freaking impressive, you ask me. That's not going to happen because that's not how they vote. But like the Andrew Luck's rookie year, I always go back to this. Yeah, it's because the Colts were awful the year before Luck. He comes in and then he gives them like 10 wins in their playoff team that year. So he's literally a 10-win difference, and he doesn't win MVP because the numbers weren't as good as Brady and Rodgers. Well, it's not who was the best player, it was the most valuable, and I think that should have been Luck. That's why it'll be hard to choose the most valuable player for the Vikings. There's so many playmakers. And I love Thielen, but being in the slot gives them those mismatches, kind of like what Goff did against the Vikings. Getting those mismatches, like Cooper Kupp is so much like Thielen. Gets on those linebackers, that's on safeties. Vikings blitz 5, gets delivered by Darnold. Looks like he caught it for a 1st down. He did.
First catch for it. It's good for a dozen.
Jermaine Curse
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender.
For some love for Phillip Rivers. I don't pay enough attention to the Chargers to know how good he's been.
Then curls back inside for the completion.
Yeah, making that catch with the roads all over him. Good catch by their curse.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10, one of the few first down connections we've seen today. And then they run 12 up the middle, gains a couple. They'll call it a gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And to continue to play devil's advocate a little bit. The increase of a big hit by Tenders. The increase of numbers that we've seen from Cousins and Thielen isn't really that much from what they did last year.
Everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space.
The biggest increase for Thielen, at least what he's on pace to do, is a lot more touchdowns, which is really nice. Donald underneath, throws it first down. Maybe the second or third down completion we've seen today that resulted in a first down. Jermaine Kearse with the second catch of the drive. Now the Jets are rolling.
As precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball.
I did start a Vikings franchise mode last night, so I'll play a few times if we're still having fun on the stream.
And that's what he just did.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
First and 10 from the 47. He fires to nobody.
But it's incomplete.
Looked like Casper must have been waving his hands once again, saying I not only can play defense for the Jets, he plays both ways, playing the wide receiver. Unfortunately, the ref didn't see that he clearly caught that ball, results in a 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Harrison Smith lines up, he'll be blitzing on the top. And here comes the Vikings blitz 5. It's a screen setup. Harrison Smith missed. A perfectly timed blitz picks up the first down. Harrison Smith blitzed it, threw it right over him. First down. Oh well. A nice methodical drive here for the Jets. No big plays offensively in this game at all. I believe the biggest play offensively was a 17-yard catch. I think the first play of the game for Stephon Diggs. Basically nothing since. His defense has been playing very good, and the offense has been playing very off the mark. And finally, we have some offense in this game, and it started with the Jets. Maybe this hometown crowd getting them in the game. They're down by 2 after the safety. Linval Joseph tackled them in the end zone. Ace formation for Well in the backfield. Donald under center. Play action. Darnold has time. Rolls to his left. He can't find anybody. Throws it to his left. And he is a completion. Oh, what a catch. Jermaine Kearse. The Vikings sat back in the zone. And that's a new base play of the game. 24 yards. Jermaine Kearse wide open. Great throw by Darnold. 2 defenders were in the area. Did he get his feet in bounds? He did that right toe drag. A great catch by Kearse. 1st and 10. The first red zone play will be coming from the 11-yard line. The Jets are driving. Mike Zimmer does throw this flag though. Let's see. It looks like on the replay the toe drag. Maybe there was a completion issue. Let's see.
It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down.
Looks like he had it right there. Toe dragged. Looks like a clear catch to me. I wonder what you guys think. Madden does give us the definitive one view. So that's pretty sweet.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case,
all right, challenge failed. First and 10 from the 11.
Throw that flag, you probably feel really
First red zone play of the day.
Yeah,
the Jets are having a very good long drive. The Vikings stumbled on offense for the third time in a row. A tight formation, tight ace. Well in the backfield, Darnold under center. They'll do play action again. Darnold rolls to his right. He'll throw it to his right. Wide open is Curse near the first down marker. They'll mark it first and goal from the 1. It's been all. This time it was Anderson. Looks like that was Curse once again. I swear Curse is number 11.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Sendejo rejects the touchdown. This weird ass camera. It's so freaking fake. It just puts the little corner of the pylon there. It looked like it's a pylon cam when it's clearly not. Alright, first and goal. A big goal line stand here for the Vikings. The Vikings have had back-to-back weeks with the goal line stand in real life, but it looks like a jump. Stephen Weatherly jumped. Let's see if he was because of offensive lineman. It was. False start. Shell move them back to the 6-yard line is where they'll start this first down series.
Still first down.
Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for first.
That's why you don't do a hard count near the goal line. You would gain maybe a half a foot and you lose 5 yards. Bad decision for the Jets. But that backs them up, give them a little breathing room, and it's sacked. Danielle Hunter, 8th sack in a row. Danielle Hunter's been a monster this year. Maybe Bands Maker Dance has a point. Danielle Hunter deserves some love for some MVP discussion. Danielle Hunter just worked around the tackle, got the sack. Danielle Hunter's a beast. Weatherly was right there too. Both the offensive tackles for the Jets got worked. Wasn't back to the 15-yard line.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
So after the penalty, you lose 5. The sack, you lose a bit more. Basically, loss of 14 yards and 1 down. So now they'll run again for well gains, maybe a couple gains to the 1. Give them 1 yard here. Third and goal from the 16. A disaster of first and second down.
Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So 2 plays
third and goal
from
the 16.
And now it's 3rd and 16.
Movement up front. Is this on the Jets once again? It was stopped early. False start again. The 3rd one of the day.
So that'll back them up 5.
Now that's 3rd and goal from the 21. An absolute disaster of offensive play calls for the Jets. The offensive coordinator for the Jets is absolutely livid, yelling at the ref on the sideline.
A bad time for a false start penalty.
3rd and goal, the 21. Darnold by himself in the backfield. Vikings send 5. He doesn't get there. He steps up, throws it. A great throw by Darnold to avoid the pressure. He gets hit as he throws and completes it. But it'll be short of the end zone from the 4-yard line. And he will probably come in the kicker to give the Jets the most low-scoring lead you'll ever see. Up by 1, 3-2. And here comes a field goal kicker for the chip shot.
This will be just a 21-yard attempt.
And here it is. The snap is up and the kick is down the middle. And the Jets are up by 1, 3-2.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills.
Sherrills gets stopped at the 26. After the Vikings offense has to start, and they have to start with something. They've been horrible in this game thus far. Gotta give credit to the Jets defense on the other side. I'll give more credit to Madden 19 being a god-awful football game.
But that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
Shotgun, Cousins, play action. Cousins rolls out to his right, throws a strike, it's Thielen. When you're struggling on offense, go to old reliable Adam Thielen. First and 10 from the 48.
Just shy of midfield.
Stacked receivers, bottom of the screen. Dalvin in the backfield. They'll pass out of it short to Thielen. He'll catch it, plows forward for a good gain on first. Gets on across midfield, gain of 9. 2nd and 1. Thielen's just over 40 yards now.
You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
And Dalvin finally gets a little run here to kick up the first down. 1st and 10. The PS4 is going to turn itself off like an idiot.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. This offense finding its legs.
1st and 10 from the 40.
1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun is Cousins. Dalvin to his right. Dalvin will get the handoff. Dalvin gets a little hole. Dalvin picks up 5. They'll call it a gain of 6.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Cousins looking, throwing. He's got Thielen again. They're into the red zone for the 14-pointer out. Thielen, too good. Thielen, over 60 yards already. Thielen's terrific.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Under center, Cousins. High formation. And Cook gets buried, loss of 2. Might want to get rid of those run plays out of playbook. They are not working. 2nd and 12 from the 16, nearing 5 minutes to go in this first half.
Linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 from the 16. They'll run again. It's Murray. He bounces it, gets nowhere.
Eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the
3rd
gap
and
you're
12 from the
supposed to
16.
cover, and not be deterred by
Now the
anything
shotgun
else.
is Cousins. 3 receivers bunch to the top of the screen. Cousins.
On 3rd down.
Pressure in space. He throws it over his head of David Morgan. Pat Elfline is down on the field.
And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert.
Hey, shout outs to me. He's got over 600 subs.
Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash.
And veteran ex-Cowboy kicker Dan Bailey's up and good. Now the Vikings take the 2-point lead. The biggest lead in the game goes back to the Vikings. Are up 5-3 as this baseball slugfest continues.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Four minutes to go in this first half. Jets still have all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time for the Jets. And they can sustain and drive here. The Vikings have 2 timeouts after a failed challenge attempt. As this kick is booming out of the end zone. Dan Bailey shows off his strong legs there. I see you, Morgan.
Bilal Powell and his offensive mates retaking the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think
First and 10 from the 25.
Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10.
When they line up, 3 receivers. Donald out of the shotgun. Smith's coming on the blitz. Vikings blitz 7. It's Anthony Barr buries the rookie. Barr was hungry. He swallowed up Donald.
From that linebacker spot, he drops him for a loss of 11.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use.
Look at that pressure sent by Mike Zimmer into the face of the rookie quarterback. It says, try me. A loss of 11.
They're in some hot water now after that sack.
2nd and 21 from the 14. They line up with 3 receivers, and again, they're stacked at the top of the screen. Now the shotgun is Darnold. The Vikings blitz 4 this time. Darnold throws it underneath. Good completion. Anderson walks forward. A good little gain here. 3rd and 13 upcoming. Let's see if the Jets are going to be aggressive or it's going to be conservative here at the 3rd and 13.
The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
3rd and 13 from the 22. Vikings blitz 4. Donald has time. Throws it middle of the field. Completed, but fumbled. Even better. Picked up by Trey Waynes. I think. Or I guess finally, I don't know, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The ball looked like I was on the ground for about a solid minute. Well, nobody was really reacting to it. Classic Madden. The second receiver that fumbled it, they aren't even looking for the ball. And then all of a sudden, just Trey Wayne's like, oh yeah, I got it. God, Madden is horrible. Look at Eric Kendricks with the big hit. Kyle Rudolph fumbled earlier in the game. And now the Vikings are set up within the 30-yard line, ready to strike again, coming off a long drive that they got stumbled in the red zone. Had to settle for a field goal at the 42. In Jets territory with just under 3 minutes to go in the game.
So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go around.
Your receivers bunched, top of the formation. Cousins will run on first down. It's Dalvin. Goes absolutely nowhere. Falls backwards. A loss of a yard.
No gain on the play there.
His run game's starting to piss me off, not gonna lie.
As a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back
Second
a little
10,
bit in the run game.
43-yard line. Now Bailey's been booming this game, so this is probably already in Bailey range. You'd like to at least get a first down here. And that will be dropped. Threw it short to Dalvin, who's lined up wide. He got a big hit, lined up on the best cornerback of the Jets. You can go to your, look at number 20. Who the hell is that? Go to your running back against the best corner. That's just a bad matchup to throw to Dalvin. Claiborne made a good play. It's not a play Dalvin's supposed to win. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Near the 2-minute warning here. The shotgun is Cousins. The Jets blitz. He gets it off. Gets it through. Very close to his first down is Thielen. They'll call it a first down. This will get us to the 2-minute warning. A good play there for Cousins. Under pressure. The Jets sent 7. Cousins just stares down the defense and flips it out to his best receiver, Adam Thielen.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Or after the 2-minute warning, 1st and 10 from the 32. Already well within Dan Bailey field goal range. The Vikings line with 5 receivers. Cousins. The 4-man rush has a huge pocket, throws a strike. He gets Rudolph complete within the 10. A strike to the big tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
23 yards on the play.
I know the halftime's approaching.
Hey, that'll be fun, Bill. I have no idea what those Jets fans are like. If they're anything like the Eagles fans, I hope you have a armor and shield to protect yourself from frozen beer cans. That'll be fun. Should be a good Vikings win. Maybe even a blowout. That'll be fun. First and goal from the 9. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Cousins looks, throws it short. It's over the goal line. Laquan Treadwell, 2nd receiving touchdown of his career and the season. Laquan, touchdown. The Vikings strike the first touchdown of the game.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
So do you live in the New York area, Bill, or you driving a lot?
Dan Bailey now for the extra point.
Probably a lot cheaper than going to the U.S. Bank games. Up and good. The Vikings are up by 9. The Jets still have plenty of time. 3 timeouts. 1:28 to go.
And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Well, Darnold hasn't done a whole lot. I know that's a lot of time to work with. But it's also a lot of distance to go against this Vikings defense with how good they've been playing. Now, after the fumble resulted in a touchdown, the momentum should be all on Minnesota. So it's true the Eagles fans are the worst. Because my brother lives in Philly, and unfortunately he's an Eagles fan. And he's an acceptable human being. That's not what I hear from most Eagles fans. They're all pretty horrible. I don't know if it's just a select few that are awful. But I'll take your word that they're just a despicable fan base. Maybe I hear the Cowboys fan base might be bad. But man, Philly's fan base is hard to beat how horrible they are.
The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
But that's cool if you lived in Jersey. Are your parents or grandparents from Minnesota, or how do you become a Vikings fan? 1st and 10 from the 25. Minute 28 to go. Darnold out of the shotgun. Vikings blitz 4. Darnold throws it to nobody. I see 4 Vikings in the picture, not a single Jet.
And that'll bring up second down. While we have a second on that incompletion, we got to talk about Linval Joseph. 64-yard interception return for a touchdown, and then you saw him on the sideline with the glasses and the oxygen mask after.
Yeah, when you're talking about lugging not just a football, but probably about 350 pounds down the sideline and scoring.
2nd and 10. Darnold has the time he looks for. Throws underneath to Crowell. A great tackle by Mackenzie Alexander. Keep him in bounds. Forcing him to go no huddle here. 3rd and 4. This is a big play. The Vikings still have 2 timeouts. Plenty of time to work with. A minute to go. Out of shotgun. Vikings blitz 4. Darnold throws underneath. 1st down to Curse. He's been great today. Been their only really offensive threat. 1st down for the Jets. They'll call their first timeout with a minute and a second to go. 61 seconds to go in this first half. Down by 9 at home against Minnesota. They gotta be feeling pretty good about themselves, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
And now we are ready to resume play.
First and 10 from the 41. Nearing midfield, out of shotgun and Sam Darnold, their star-studded rookie. Darnold looking, being flustered. Vikings bring pressure. It's completed. It's Jaron Curse once again. He's been, or not Jaron, they're cursed for a 1st down. Yeah, it seems pretty common that everybody. Well, my brother's point is that why are they America's team? They haven't been relevant since what, the 90s. I'm not one to like hate other teams.
This offense finding its legs
the
now.
team I want the
Here's
Vikings to beat the
another
most
1st and 10.
right now are the Eagles because I hate their fans. There are not many teams I hate anymore. I used to hate the Vikings bring pressure. It's incomplete. The Vikings blitz in this game has been very effective, but Darnold 160 yards in the first half has been very good.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling.
For some reason, the Cowboys are kind of like the Yankees. And they're just if you like the NFL, it's just like if you aren't really into your home state team, it seems like a go-to team for a lot of fans, which is weird. But it's like whatever. Vikings blitz 7. Darnold rolling out to his right. They just picked up, throws it. He's wide open. Jermaine Curse again. Darnold has been very good, nearing 200 yards in this first half. And now the Jets are at the 23-yard line. 30 seconds to go. They still have a timeout to spare.
Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Alright, so you like the history of like the Norwegian like historical Vikings, and you're like, oh, that's pretty sweet. And then the football team's like, all right, that's pretty sweet. They look cool. You know, 97. You got Chris Carter. You're a year away from Randy Moss. You had some good, fun Vikings teams to watch in the late 90s. So that's probably a good spot to start being a Vikings fan. Now the shotgun, Darnold looking, throws it short, completes within the 5. They'll have to call their last time out. I think they'd have time for a shot in the end zone. But knowing Madden, here comes the field goal unit.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 3. 9 seconds ago. They will go play action here. Donald throws it back in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. New York Jets.
Chris Herndon in the final seconds of the first half.
Yeah, I like Georgia Locka too. And when we first signed Locka, I thought Sendejo's job was in jeopardy. I made a video saying the Vikings should trade Sendejo. I thought that was the move. The Vikings would sign Locka, then trade Sendejo for a quality lineman. Maybe just add in a draft pick in there. You get to pick up a quality offensive lineman. We have Georgia Locka, a Pro Bowl caliber safety. I already know Zimmer's defense. It shouldn't take him that long to pick it up. But they stuck with Sendejo. They're loving these different safety looks. So that's what we got to deal with. But meanwhile, this simulation got within 2 points and Sam Darnold marched down the Vikings defense. With only a minute and a half to go to get in the first half. So it will be interesting to see if when Sendejo gets back. 'Cause I don't know when he will be. For the simulation, I put Sendejo in the game. I did the same with Riley Reef because I don't know. I think is realistically Dalvin has a good chance to play in this game because he's been kind of a game time decision the last 2 weeks. They'll pop this kick up, and that will be the first half.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the
some of you guys watch halftime. I'll be right back. But holy cow.
REA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Big Betty, I guess I gotta take your word for it. If the people that live in the New Jersey, New England State area say Philly fans are the worst, I 100% believe you. Overall, pretty shitty fan base from what I see. Bill, BRB, and watch this stupid halftime show.
Let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Andre Roberts now to return it. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team, We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second half begins with a run by Crowell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game.
3rd and 14.
Blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now.
You'll go with that with any Eagles fan? I gotta respect that big Affetti. That's tall. Okay, I forgot the Vikings started on offense. Vikings will blitz 7 underneath. It is tackled. Well, I appreciate that, big Affetti. That's gotta be tough to go in their hometown and to be able to talk crap back at them. That I respect you quite a bit.
Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his.
Hey, y'all can squad there.
To make people miss and pick up the first.
Y'all can carpool there.
It didn't happen.
So big Affetti. I heard about Bill. How are you becoming a Vikings fan from there up there? Are you from Minnesota, or you're similar with you're just kind of picked them?
So far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone.
Okay, so did you since you got to see Kirk Cousins in person last year with the Redskins, what do you think of how he looked last year? Because that was the game where I think the Vikings started out with a big lead. Keenum had like 2 really stupid mistakes, and then Cousins just drove them back. There, one nobody receiver made one hell of a catch for like 40 yards.
And some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Cousins and the Vikings with a
Or Cousins was just throwing it up in the second half and making the plays. What do you think of him? Now, Vikings Cousins, now the shotgun. Up by only 2 against the Jets. The heavily favored Vikings, the corner blitz got him. Cousins didn't see screen off the edge, and that's a sack, loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, at least Vikings fans, Cousins did not fumble. Looked like he had Rudolph in the middle of the field, just didn't see him, I guess. See him right to the right of the screen.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Yeah, I've only been to 1 regular season Vikings game. I've been to 2 preseason games. Been doing that budget fan experience, you know.
And they only get a yard back.
But it's definitely a really fun experience.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Vikings on 3rd down.
Third, and a very long 14.
So
2 players in the backfield with Cousins. They leave him. Cousins looking, has pressure behind him, steps up, sack.
Down he goes, back at the 8-yard line. Brandon Copeland in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can.
Yeah, it is pretty wild, Bill.
Seconds to throw the ball. They're doing a really nice job. But when you
I got 2 people in my chat. First off, none of them are from Minnesota. Second off, they both are in New Jersey. What are the odds on that?
Here's Matt Wild now as the drive goes backwards. So
At least Matt Wild's been damn good.
And taken at the 46.
But not this time. A good return here brings it to the 40-yard line. Already nearing field goal range for their field goal kicker. Down by 2. Sam Darnold has been excellent.
And the Jets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A first down throw.
And Donald starts out, quick little throw underneath, picks up 4. And that's what the Jets have been doing. The Vikings have not been doing. Good little first down plays gets to get closer to a first down, so you aren't set up with a third and forevers.
Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Vikings blitz up the edge, picked up, completed. Good pass protection that time for the Jets. The Vikings blitz couldn't get home. First down. Jermaine Kearse is phenomenal. 7 receptions for over 100 yards already. Now on the doorstep of the red zone. First and 10 from the 22. And Wah is in motion. That's his name. 7-7 drop. Donald throws a strike. Near the first down marker again. A gain of 10. They'll call it just short 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position.
You know, I was talking about the Madden simulation, but yeah, it's a true point, Bill. A lot of that is based off a running game, though, being so awful this year that a lot of our first and second down runs don't do anything. But 3-step drop, Donald throws it across his body. First down, a big hit by Barr, hangs on. And guess who? It's Jermaine Kearse again. First and goal from the 6.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that. But
I'm sorry about Madden simulation doing his daily seizures during these simulations. Holy cow.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves that you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
But I do think the Vikings found something against the Cardinals. I know the Cardinals came in with one of the worst run defenses in the league, but still the confidence that the Cardinals game was to give the Vikings running game should help the Vikings.
2nd and goal.
And Dalvin should be getting healthy really soon. In a week or 2, I don't see it being any longer than that. 3-step drop, Donald. Looking, he'll run, it's sacked, it's Daniil Hunter, 2nd sack in the game, a really short loss, but still a sack for Daniil. His 2nd, looking very good.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player,
yeah, this is PS4, Madden 19 on PS4. Definitely do not recommend.
You name it, he's a big time guy you have to block.
If you're big into Madden, I think you should only at most buy Madden every other year. At that point, there's enough of a change to the in-game engine and how it's played. A few new mechanics and enough of players are updated that it's enough of a difference. But what I would do is just update the roster every year. Underneath, touchdown, it's Kearse. He's lighting up the Vikings defense. Now the Jets take their 2nd lead of the game.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have.
But I did do one of my cardinal sins and buy back-to-back years of Madden. I did it because I was sitting at 500 subs and I felt good about my channel. I thought it would be worth it for these simulations.
Now Myers for the extra point.
But I'm not too sure if I'll do it for this next year. I'll see. Maybe if I'm over 1,000 at that point, I will. But we'll have to see.
And the lead is up to 5.
Because Madden 19 is definitely grinding my gears a time or two.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Jet touchdown.
But I do really wish Madden would give you the option to buy like a DLC pass or something. To like maybe if it was like $20 to update, to keep getting roster updates for the upcoming year. That'd be pretty nice. And if you could do that for 3 years or something. So and $60 doesn't just get you one new game. So you can either buy a whole new game for $60 for that next year, or $60 to keep your game useful for the next 3 years. That'd be okay. But we've seen today, Cousins has been good and not great. Kind of like last week against the Cardinals in real life. So the Vikings run game has been god freaking awful. Dalvin Cook's averaging just around 1 yard a carry.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Try to fire up
Dalvin runs up the middle, gain of a couple.
This one up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down.
Bill, I don't really have much experience living in hotels in the cities because I live in the area, so I have family that I can live at most of the time, or I'll just make the drive. So I don't have much experience in the hotels area. That's why I think any travel site would probably be as much help as I would. But Cousins has all time as a coverage sack. Lost of 5. I know there is a hotel on the highway, or I think right when you get into the cities with a pretty sweet slide that goes out of the hotel. As you see, Dalvin Cook is not seeing the blitzer. Look how awful his man in the eyes. He's just standing. He's not there, coach. Then he gets sacked. Third and 14, this Vikings offense has been awful. And also in this game, a lot of Cousins yards have been in these 3rd and longs where he picks up most of it, but not all of it. And the Vikings will still punt, so that helps his stats a little bit, but really doesn't go to show how bad he's been. Comes up in his pocket, another one of those passes, I'll pick up about half of it, and the Vikings will have to punt. Now Cousins is on pace for about 300 yards. And I would want to say about 200 of those yards are completely garbage yards that haven't really helped at all.
Be aware, a ball may come your way.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Oh, Mackenzie Alexander got his ankles broken that one. Holy cow.
Officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at its second.
Why not throw it to Curtis deep, see what happens. It's incomplete. About quadruple coverage there. I'm really surprised Curtis didn't catch that one again, so why not?
Everybody just flying by, and these corners been really busy in this game.
With Trey Waynes and Harrison Smith in coverage. It actually teleports through Waynes' hand. Oh, what the heck?
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
This is Madden 19 graphics, everybody. Shotgun is Darnold. 2nd and 10.
On 2nd and
Vikings
10.
blitz 5. It's Ben Gedeon. And it's a big sack. It's Kentrell Brothers who's for some reason in this game. 3rd and 22. Kentrell. Vikings have Cousins and they also have Brothers. A big loss of 12.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Either there's a fatigue issue for the Vikings linebackers, or there's an injury that the Madden, when you aren't playing a team, it doesn't think it matters to tell you. So maybe there's some injuries up there because I've seen a lot of Ben Gedeon. Eric Hendricks is on the field now. And I think it looks like Anthony Barr is on the top, so I don't know why that was Kentrell Brothers was a thing. Maybe they were just tired. 3rd and 22. Vikings blitz 4. Darnold gets swarmed, gets hit by Weatherly, throws incomplete.
So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved.
Yeah.
You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone.
Man, their punter's got one hell of a strong leg. Holy cow.
And now out comes Minnesota. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that?
Look at Dalvin, the rock star. 15 rushes for 14 yards. Hell yeah, keep feeding the beast.
Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 20, down by 5. Only one touchdown on the day for the Vikings. That's been their whole effort. And they do play action. Cousins has time. Nobody's getting open. Now he lays it out deep. Throws it deep. Triple coverage is deep. It's Stephon Diggs deep. The ball drops deep. Incomplete deep.
Pick of the Cowboys there defensively. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get into football.
Just wasn't open. Also supposed to dumb throw. Well, it would have been a pretty damn good punt. Well, if he would have intercepted it and tackled right away, it would have been the worst play.
From the
But
20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
not on 1st down. Vikings line up in the ace. David Morgan checks in the game on top of the formation. And they'll run with it. It's a little gain of 2 yards for Dalvin. Brings up a 3rd and long. Look at this. Both teams are averaging 1.4 yards on the ground. My God, this is Madden 19, everybody. Ooh, duh.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now.
Oh, duh,
A little bit
indeed.
of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
3rd and 8 from the 22. We need some Kirk Cousins magic. He throws it. Middle of the field, wide open's Dalvin. 1st down. Finally, a 3rd down conversion for the Vikings. They've been horrible on 3rd down today. Dalvin underneath, 1st down at the 39-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage.
Might be the spark that they needed.
Cover the angle route because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
1st and 10 from 39. CJ Ham checks in the game. They'll run behind him. It's Dalvin pounding forward, picks up a nice little gain of 6. Finally a good run for the day for the Vikings. 2nd and 4 upcoming now after a good run by Dalvin.
That's a precursor of a big second half.
Second and 4. Chance to take a shot here. Finally a 2nd and medium and not a 2nd and forever for the Vikings. And they'll run behind Dalvin again. This time buried.
Familiar sight all afternoon as they
A loss of a yard.
they'll lose a yard.
3rd and 5.
That's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3rd and 5, right around midfield, 44-yard line, down by 5. About 18 minutes to go into this game.
Not much success, converting only 3 times.
Out of the shotgun is Cousins. Thielen slot, top of the screen. It's a 4-man rush. Cousins looking, rolls to his left, sack. Loss of 4. Leonard Williams with a big sack. And this will bring out Matt Weil and the punt team.
Job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
So Matt Weil has been really good in this game with 1 down at the 1. This time Weil gets another long high one, and for some reason Eric Kendricks is on special teams, tackles them at the 20-yard line. Another good punt for Matt Weil.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and
Now the Jets, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Jermaine Kearse has been phenomenal. He's been Sam Darnold's favorite target all day long. First and 10 from the 20. Right at 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The receivers bunt to the top of the formation. Bring a 5-step drop, throws it short. Good gain on 1st down. A gain of 7. The 5th reception for Sterling. Just over 40 yards on the day.
First down, he located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that.
Now the Vikings, how bad have they been on 1st down? Well, they've been even worse on 2nd down. The Jets haven't been much better, but just enough. But now they will go. They will do play action here. They have time. Darnold will swing it short, picks up a 1st down here. Just over across the line. That's to Cannon for a 1st down.
What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too.
Well, the Vikings would have ran there and lost 2. The Jets throw there, pick up just enough for the 1st down.
That's exactly what he did.
I'm really excited till when I can play the Vikings on offense, and you finally can see a little bit of good at Vikings offensive football. Because my God, it's always horrible in Madden simulations.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
1st and 10 from 31. Kowal in motion out of the backfield. Kearse, bottom of the screen, zone coverage for the Vikings. Throws underneath. It's a good little connection of 3 yards. Back to the tight end, Sterling, a gain of 3.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
That 1st down completion only
2nd and 7 from the 34. Minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter.
Here we go now.
From the 34. Darnold out of the shotgun. 3-step drop, he'll run to the right, throw it across his body, throws it to Bellwell. 1st down, breaks the tackle, gain of 10.
At the 44. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. Well, he's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
1st and 10 from the 44. The Jets are moving the ball once again, up by 5. Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Donald out of the shotgun, still throwing here. He's scrambling around to his left, throws it to his left, checks it down, and a great play there by Powell out of the backfield, picks up the first down. Covered by both linebackers, Getty and Barr. Both are very poor in pass coverage, but both got beat there once again. First down, New York.
That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Play action, and Darnold again throws it across the middle, wide open to his tight end, Sterling. To the 25. Darnold's marching again, over 300 yards in the day. Almost a perfect day for rookie quarterback Sam Darnold, cutting through his Vikings defense like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4.
First and 10 from the 25. Two receivers bunch at the bottom of the formation. Kurtz, 5-step drop, throws it short. Good, another good game. The Vikings are just being too soft on first down, giving up these really easy medium passes. Gain of 6. Now they're into the red zone at the 19-yard line. Mike Zimmer loves it for some reason. Must be part of the game plan. I love 6 down completions on first downs. So keep giving them up, boys. You guys are doing what I told you. Vikings remain in base defense. Ben Gideon is on the top of the formation. And here comes Powell. He has a hole. Wasn't touched, but Trey Waynes does push him down. A great tackle by Trey Waynes to say that could have been an easy touchdown from Crowell. No, it wasn't touched for about 10 yards. It was right up the gut. Nobody was there.
Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the
goal from the 10.
And right now, they're almost lifeless.
Up by 5. A field goal would make him up by a full 8 points. A touchdown. Mike Butt with the CM away. Yeah, Sterling was near the goal line, tackled at the 1. How are the Jets winning, Tom? Because Madden 19 is complete and utter trash.
Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Now let's go.
Now Corral takes the carry, loses a couple yards. Good defense stand there. Vikings on first down. Well, they have to do that a couple more times. They've been god awful today.
And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now.
But if you want to see the Vikings on offense and play well, we'll be playing a few games after this.
And you said key.
But hey, there's still plenty of time. The Vikings only hold the field goal, touchdown, 2 points, tied. Hopefully, I swear to God, no overtime. 2 tight ends, top of the formation. Well in the backfield, 3-step drop for Darnold. Touchdown. Sterling wide open. That might be the kill shot. He will start the Minnesota defense as well. As well, you should.
But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate them.
You should be able to expect
because oftentimes you can't match up with them.
You should easily be able to expect a good game for the Vikings.
Maybe even just strength.
The extra point now.
On defense, I think you should be able to expect a couple interceptions, like 3 or 4 sacks, and to give you good fantasy points. But if you go off this game, Darnold will be getting a couple of touchdowns. Look at that, 9 for 9 for 70 yards and a touchdown. Holy cow.
Here's Myers now to kick it away.
There's a boot. Here Sherrills has some room to return. Brings it to the 30 to the 33.
Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense.
First and 10 from the 33. Vikings are somehow down by 12 in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time to go. Still 3 timeouts. 12 minutes to go and some change.
First and 10.
Vikings have plenty of time. Can their offense do a single damn thing? Cousins looking, throws it short. Missed a wide open Dalvin Cook. This has been the Vikings offense in all these simulations. I can't stand it.
Looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Second and 10 from the 33. Cousins looking, throws underneath. He's got Thielen. Picks up a couple, makes up a much more manageable third down. Third down and 3 upcoming.
The reception good for 7.
Thielen's 20 yards away from being one of the best receivers in the history of the game as far as consecutive touchdowns.
You're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down.
Holy cow, a third down run finally works. Dalvin picks it up. He's been so good today. 19 carries for 25 yards. Oh my heavens. Fantastic. We have Dalvin Cook. But finally, we get the Jets guessing pass. A high snap there might have helped set that one up a little bit. And Dalvin just gets a couple yards past the first down marker. First and 10, nearing midfield. They desperately need a score here.
So signs of life.
Down by 12. 2 touchdowns. They'll have the lead, but they have some work to do. Cousins out of the shotgun. Dalvin to his right. The Vikings are the shotgun ace. And they'll run behind him with Dalvin again. He'll pound it up the field for a gain of a couple.
He's up to about the 47-yard
Gain of 3.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that
2nd and 7 from the 47. Nearing midfield. Cousins out of the shotgun. Looking. Nobody's getting open. He's sacked. Lots of 8. Oh my goodness. Cousins just looking like the Statue of Liberty back there, frozen. Just like he does in real life. This is why it's the most realistic football experience of all time, because of course Cousins would take a sack there. Of course.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Not even salt of fact the Vikings are losing, which should be the thing. It's just the fact of how unrealistic this game is and how horrible it is. When Madden 18 was at least okay with simulations, it just took such a giant step backwards. For Madden 19, it's so like insulting to their fan base. And now a false start, bringing them to a 3rd and 20. Fan-freaking-tastic.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, You know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Does anybody care if I take over this fourth quarter?
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third.
I don't think anybody's going to be carried. I just cannot watch this anymore with how awful it's been. I'm taking over. Screw this. We ain't dealing with this anymore. I got into it a little bit late. We're playing the rest of this game. Mostly because it's just taking too freaking long. Almost an interception.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers.
I will simulate the Vikings on defense though, because I just don't want to do that. This is usually how I play this game, so I just don't like playing defense because it's just so boring.
Here's Matt Lyle now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Thought I was simulated.
He steps into this one, and this is a
holy cow! I didn't know there was Hurricane Katrina level wind. Lesson play calling. Play all offense. Fast. Alright. Defense gotta stop.
So now this offense will
we should have plenty of time. I'm just so sick of watching Madden be horrible.
A first down throw for Cousins.
That play was wide ass open.
Right side. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I'm not sure why the clock was running. Clearly walked out of bounds.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now Cousins, flush to his right. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
Look at this. It's just a couple plays, and we're already about to score.
Said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Cousins now to throw on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now a second down throw for Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted.
I'm glad I threw a jump ball and David Morgan just refused to jump. That was 100% not my fault. The damn fat idiot didn't want to jump.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football.
Definitely not my fault.
At their own 20-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few
I'm really glad that we can't protect for long enough to a screen. I'm really glad that Diggs is tired, so he doesn't want to be on the field here. We gotta deal with freaking Eldridge Robinson. Yep, yeah, I got my boy Treadwell.
He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
First down. Here's Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell.
Oh,
he's going to get this all the way down.
Breaks that tackle, my man.
Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Cousins.
No way!
And
God, Madden is horrible. Madden is absolutely horrible. He was in the middle of the field. I'm holding right, so he throws it to his right shoulder. But instead, he's absolutely stupid. So the Vikings lost by 12. At least I spent through the rest of the game. Down by 12. I'll play game when I start from the start, so I don't have to force passes. God, was that embarrassing. I do drive, could have easily had 2 touchdowns, but whatever. We'll go to my franchise mode. Isn't too special, just the Vikings. I just started playing last night because I was bored. Let's play a game here. Just so I feel like the games matter a bit more. Yeah, I lost the Bears. So it happens. Or not the Bears, the Bills. But now we get to play the Rams, which should be a lot more fun than playing the freaking Jets. And watching the computer be absolutely horrible. Even though I take over and just throw 2 interceptions. But we're going to go here. Alright, so you definitely want Barr back. But we don't want to give him that much money. So I'm going to leave his salary where it's at. But I'm going to crank the signing bonus up to $3 million. That's 47 he wants. I'll go 3.5. Let's see where that's sitting at. That's really close to it. Aw, Barr's pissed. He's not interested no more, boys. We pissed him off. We're gonna lowball the shit out of Murray. Screw that. We'll give you a decent signing bonus if you still want to stick around, but we ain't giving you shit for money. Oh, he doesn't like the length or salary bonus. He's pissed. Absolutely pissed. Alright, let's scout some players. Last week I just scouted some left tackles. They might as well just scout some more. That's what the Vikings really need. I can do right tackle too, because might as well, but all of them that should be drafted. Go to right tackle. Actually, I really need to look at right guard too. We can move Brian O'Neill to the other side if we need to. Oof, that guy's horrible. Mid-third rounder. Alright, and out of points. Alright, weekly training. We're just going to simulate this because this is so freaking boring. And I'll show you what playing with the Vikings out when you don't have stupid, horrible players. And you don't have the computer putting you in a giant hole. Alright, but now we'll play the Rams game. See how this goes. Thursday prime time. It'd be cool if the game had it to where your players are a little bit more tired for the Thursday games. When you have less rest. And going on the next game, you'd be a little bit better. And after the bye, your players would be very healthy. That'd be a nice touch. But of course, Madden 19 is horrible, and that would never be a thing. Yeah, don't judge. I got Thielen doing a little bit good this year. Yeah, I got Thielen been a little bit good. But I've only been playing offense, so everything on the defense I can't take any credit for. But look at Diggs doing some Diggs type things. Yeah, we're doing a little bit good. And yes, I do have Everson in this one, so that helps a little bit.
Girly.
It's girly. But more importantly, it's J-O-Z-E. Of course, the Rams start off, get a touchdown.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense.
Well, we need to run some clock. Only the Vikings can do in the real Rams game. Okay, so it looks like zone because the outside corners are looking at me. Let's definitely probably cover 4. AKA a negative 1 yard gain. That's pretty sweet.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
AKA the biggest rush in my life.
We know the running game is not their thing,
We need your screens.
Every single down without expecting some real heat from the
And now they're staring at the receivers, so it's a man coverage.
Second down, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Look at that! Perfect play call. And the barrel over to get the first down. That's that Dalvin Bauer.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room,
And spread out their D-line a little bit.
they are so
Oh yeah, David Morgan's hurt in this. That's why Conklin's in the game.
A screen pass is a great way of doing it.
I really shouldn't be doing zone. It just takes too long against this really good Rams team. Yes, I can run the ball, as you just saw.
23 carries, 109 yards.
But we do need to get a running game going.
You know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this
But
game.
not when they're going to be doing a safety blitz, obviously.
Cousins now on second down. Open here, Adam Thielen. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5.
I will do zone weeks, but if we look like they're going to stuff it, we'll definitely audible out of it, and we will. Especially when there's off coverage on Thielen. Are you kidding me?
20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Oh, that's very close.
Turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep
More than inches. We gotta go for that.
There, that brings up 4th.
We're saying do a QB sneak. Right at the 46? 4 inches? Are you kidding me?
Their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see.
Yeah, it should be wide open. There's a giant gaping hole right there.
About to find out. 4th down. And they will
A giant gaping Nicki Minaj level hole. I don't know why they're in cover 4 there. Very good play call for their team. We'll see if we can stretch and get around them.
Here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side. Able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a first down.
Get a little burst. Ah, Dalvin's hurt. Even though he's standing straight up, Dalvin's hurt. That's no good, boys. Yeah, you definitely wasn't staying on the ground, though, announcer. You're a little bit actually the dumbest person I've ever heard because he got up instantly. But now there's a giant hole there, so if you could just run. I don't know why it's telling me that I can't. There's a giant freaking hole.
That was second down run for Murray. And he's going to take this one across midfield.
I'll take 3. I'm fine with that.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles.
What you gotta do, L2 on that one, make sure he doesn't take the hit. Really easy play to get those 3rd and shorts.
Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. Nice job.
Bruce Sturdom? What the hell does that even mean?
Territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert
well,
3rd down, they did.
I like to change up a run scheme a little bit. A lot of Murray.
I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone,
Christ.
the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down.
I don't know why there are run blitzing going on.
This guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ain't
but
down
my
on the
deep
line,
game's
just
been
stuffed him. In
on
fact, before the
fire.
game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey.
Oh, that's a great throw. That was good coverage. I'm just better. I'll just keep being like, yeah, nice, but I'm better. I will pass on first down for once. Since they've been blitzing so much, I might have to go to a ham right away, but we'll see.
Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because just
they're blitzing over there too.
You're having a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
Oh, Conklin! Touchdown, Conklin!
Touchdown, Minnesota.
I saw that blitz out of audible.
Tyler Conklin is.
Hey, defense held him to a field goal booth like that.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Cousins on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I'm a good quarterback. I don't gotta come from behind because the freaking computer's horrible.
2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but
I'll do wide receiver out. Let's see what happens here.
Try to keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How the hell do you drop it?
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense.
That is the easiest catch of your life.
And see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion.
So I did about full power. I put some backspin on it.
Where you go make a play on the football.
This is taken at the 15. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard.
Alright, so we're still doing okay. We definitely need to pass the ball a lot, though. So the run game is absolutely not there.
Set to take over. Now the Vikings offense works their way back.
I think Gaggs will do the play.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down.
Lead dive. We need to get these. These are the type of run plays to do with Murray.
2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now a give. This is Murray. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
I like this play, too. It's kind of like a... Okay, they're blitzing the safety, so it should be fine.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He's going to leave this for his running back.
Oh, the Bauer of Murray.
Before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I like it. Play action comeback team. One of my favorite plays from the freaking work. If you play just a hair early instead of just throwing it a little bit behind the receiver, they'll just overthrow it. There's nothing you can do about that.
On first down, Murray. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it
Woo, 1 yard, Bells.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cousins now.
I'm glad the play got called that. I'm still signing up. But I'm not too upset with getting sacked by the Rams and their D-line so freaking good.
This is going to be 3rd and 13.
They have a linebacker on Diggs out there.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man.
Or so Thielen. That usually works.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards that time for number 19. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
Well, they're going to be blitzing here? I got to throw it deep to a Diggs.
The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important.
How the hell? I underthrew that by about 4 yards. Not my fault Cousins is freaking horrible. Jesus Christ. Look at this. I'll show you exactly what I saw. What I see is Diggs win. Diggs is past him. He has a step. I'm throwing it. Then he throws it way the hell. Throw it over here. Where is all this green? Way the hell over here. But he throws it literally. Look at that. I want it over here. That's literally like 10 yards short. That's pathetic. I stepped into it. Wasn't hit. That's just freaking stupid Madden. Stupid freaking Madden. That's all that is.
Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it.
I'm intercepting every game. That's starting to piss me off.
And out now come the Vikings. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get it looking for...
No freaking way! He bobbles it 4 times and still catches it? God damn it, I'm pissed. This game is so horrible. Don't buy Madden 19. This video is opposite of sponsored by Madden. It's so bad. Do yourself a favor and don't buy this trash game.
Probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the
And then,
third time tonight he's intercepted.
Jesus Christ, this game's horrible.
And he is not.
And look at that tackle. He just put his helmet between his legs.
Right about the 1 yard.
God, this game is absolutely pathetic. About time to get the play on it, you do. God, that's so stupid. Was that 3 passes in a row or was it intercepted?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
Oh, that's... Oh, look at that. We're hurt.
This drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
God, that's so freaking stupid.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. A good pick up there.
I have no idea what this announcer is talking about.
From the gun, here's Cousins.
I'm surprised he didn't catch that, because it goes off of freaking Latavius' helmet if he's a dipshit.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to
And
create
then
a lot
14
of
bounces later fell incomplete, so.
Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Cousins.
Oh, come on. He had to step on him.
This defense is continuing to contest every
He had to step on him. That's stupid. That's a first down 10 out of 10 times. Man coverage. Should be
and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And down he goes on the pressure.
There's nothing I can do. That was a dumb play call. I shouldn't have done that play. Double man buzz. What the hell?
In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Maybe I'll hit the returner in the back of the leg.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another
Jesus Christ. Why didn't I get the field goal unit out? That was like half power. That was literally half power. I should have kicked a field goal.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football.
I do half power. It goes that far.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this
They have that
deficit,
safety over
you can't
there.
have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here?
Is that just cover 4? I realize it was deep. There's nobody short.
He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Jesus Christ.
It wasn't his fault.
We're so bad.
Listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from them being right back.
I threw the ball!
That time as Cousins goes down.
God, this game is so trash. Again. Right here. You see my arms up. That should be a delivered pass. I press X right here. The ball's out. But instead, he's just like, oh shit, oh, I'm actually getting tackled. Just kidding.
They're just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And you know
What I mean by this game is freaking horrible. Don't buy this god-awful excuse of a game.
The 2 defensive tackles are
Cover 1.
and then sometimes
Maybe if it's cover 3, I gotta go short. But cover 1.
To throw, Cousins.
God dang. I got lucky there.
And he'll get it out to midfield.
I got lucky there. He tried to intercept it and undercut it.
A pick up of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
His
Four down
position,
territory.
he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch.
Jesus Christ. Reek is freaking horrible. I'm benching Murray. He's trash. Murray is absolutely god-awful. Jesus, is he bad. If Boone gets tired, you can play.
I guess they figured
That's
they
cover
gotta
one. It
start
wasn't even a
taking
blitz.
some
He was just being
chances.
trash.
Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it.
What the hell was that throw? He's like a 3-yard pass, and he misses him by 3 yards again. Not my fault that Cousins is just freaking horrible in this game. Goddamn.
Following the touchdown, here comes this offense back out onto the field as they will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Cousins. And last time this unit was
Does he undercut that Patterson and Rudolph? That makes no sense at all.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football?
Oh, this game is
Offense take care
trash.
of the defense
Don't
take
ever
care of the
talk behind
offense.
this trash
That didn't
team.
happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup.
Yeah, it's a touchdown. Or it's a big gain.
Target to Thielen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him.
Look at that. Boone is in the game. All of a sudden he can run the ball. Because Latavius Murray just absolute god-awful.
Into Ram territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Cousins.
Can you imagine getting 0 seconds to throw? That's my life. I love losing more yards than we just gained. Bench, block. It's been blitzing every freaking play.
Situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades. Will be
Nice catch, Stuart Redwell. I make a pass and he drops it. I love when this is just 100% not my fault. Just my team's just freaking horrible in this game.
Looks like they're just totally out of
I'll just do about this much power. That's about half of about 20 yards past the end zone. And that one's almost in the end zone too. And then he just misses it, so I only gained 3 yards. It might as well just been a touchback. Good job. Ugh.
So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is.
And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown.
Unfortunately, after all this complaining, we'll still win. Oh, just kidding. My defense starts to suck again. Just in time.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Damn it, Murray's in the freaking game again.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's
Oh, thank God Murray's hurt too.
slip across the 35.
I don't have to deal with his trash ass anymore.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the
I thought I could just outrun him.
before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Do I just have a nice zone run?
And they'll go on the
Oh.
ground. And he got blown up.
Imagine having like 5 guys to block 2 and you can't.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
A bruised sternum. How is that an injury you get twice a game?
Catch from Cousins.
After review of the play,
After review of the play, shut the hell up.
The Vikings on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Cousins now to throw on first down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And there's another completion to the tight
now
end.
we're back to the freaking stupid red zone offense because Madden's so awful. God damn.
Quarterbacks like their speed guys.
Good thing the clock was
They like
running
that
again.
huge 6'6" target that they've got in
Whatever.
house.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top.
And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown.
That was a pretty sweet spike.
Kyle.
Alright, down by 10. What can we do? Give up by field goal. Fantastic.
So the football will be at the 25.
Still in this game, though.
As
That's
this
the cool thing
offense
about
gets
it.
set to take over. First down. Here's Cousins. And he couldn't.
Thanks for
hang
trying to catch
on.
the
Would
ball,
have been their
Mike,
fourth
though.
pick of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Cousins. They'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. Room here to run. A gain of 32 that time.
Finally, the screen works.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing is Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there, but couldn't get much further. That throw good for 4. It's second down. To the air again, it's Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity,
Probably have
but
our
with
receiver,
intelligence.
backup
Found
receivers
the
in the
hole
game.
zone,
Oh, no.
made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Cousins again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball
Pretty
loose
sweet
and
second
brings
drop.
up second down.
24. We do need a field goal. Another slip screen, huh?
Grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On second down, Cousins again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, he almost intercepted.
How is a defensive tackle covering Rudolph like that? That makes no sense.
And now 4th down.
But we're down by
Not
10.
only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there
Yeah.
for him.
Caught on the right side.
I always thought that was a dumb call to begin with. When we're down by... I would have made it up.
So now this offense will
Oh,
take over.
I don't know, man. Madden's trash. That's all I gotta say.
Now the Minnesota
Madden's just
offense set
absolutely
to
trash.
take over again. Cousins on first down.
I don't know why he's not doing his route. He's just running up the field like a dipshit. That's not his freaking route. He's doing an out route. That's what I'm trying to throw it, but he's not doing what I'm telling him to do.
Because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is
I don't know if
confusing
Madden
him.
is
I don't know if he just
horrible.
has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Can you imagine being able to throw the ball? Oh, losing the football. Hey, Cousins, have fun when actually throw to your running back like he told you to, stupid dipshit. Oh, what? What do you mean? How you do what I'm supposed to do? That wouldn't be fun. I'd rather be retarded. Okay.
The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
Jesus Christ. Got knocked up the ball to about 25 yards. Good thing I mean is garbage time yards.
We're going to get a timeout here. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They'll throw again. Cousins. Now a desperation throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. This is caught.
Oh, are you kidding me? It's a touchdown.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Hike the damn ball.
Again, it's Cousins. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle.
Well, fellas, you saw how often this game is via 2 games. I think that'll call it. Thanks everybody for watching this game, even though Madden is god awful. Please do not buy this game. EA Sports, you're a trash organization. And you bought the rights to NFL games because you're scared of competition. Oh, there we have it. Thanks guys for coming in, and we'll see you guys in the next DBZ Vikings video. See you guys next time.